peace. Love is love. Love is love. Adios. Bendo with the switch again. Boy deliver like he heffing. Core with digits, give him estimates. Somersaults for my Benjamins. I got what you need, baby. Skirt the Chevy, make a scene, baby. LABB been the team, baby. Big Papa, word the G, baby. Look, lab till I'm finished. Had a handful of limits through the hand. Got a bag, now the hands in the business. For my hand, it's a ticket. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I've been playing with the minutes that they been shoulda gave. And I'm flipping every digit that they been shoulda paid. Had to find a way to get it. No, this isn't what you made. If I ever wanna dip, then I'm brink with the blade. And I'm brinking a blink on the brink of some dumb shit. Watch how I move, cause I know the brink's coming. Watch for the blues, cause I know that they dumping. Nothing in my view, so it's hush on discussion. Hush on discussions, you know what you need to. I keep it in the fam to let you know that I don't need you. Y'all cats be see-through, head not the piece. You been king, I'm regal, got it in my Abisu. Came through tripping Aquafina, I'm sipping 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make digits, I'm on my business. Stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us red run when I tell a bit peace. Love is love. Love is love. Hold up with it, got my back on Pippin, bitch, I'm back in kitchens with the tray. Bitch, windows tinted like how black my skin is. Scoop the shorty in it from a J. Swish, she got vision just like any women giving me the kitten. Way before the riches, nothing more to mention. I could light a block, a pot of aura glisten. Foreign on my body, that's a Gora linen. I came through tripping Aquafina, I'm sipping 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make digits, I'm on my business. Stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us red run when I tell a bit peace. Love is love. Love is love. Adios. Love is love. Love is love. Adios. Love is love. Love is love. Adios.
Hello and good morning.
Hello and good morning, peoples.
Welcome.
It's 8 a.m. for us.
Atam.
8 a.m. In the morning.
Yeah,
It's
let me just...
a brisk Wednesday morning.
Very, very brisk. Very, 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 very brisk.
How is everyone doing?
Can you all hear us okay? You should be able to. Mirtho, good morning.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to ya.
Top of the morning to you. My screen is now okay to share.
Alrighty.
Give a thumbs up. I give a thumbs up. I give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up. Yo, Paperbox House is streaming.
Oh, are they cool?
Yes, they are the voice of Dr. Robotnik in the real-time fan dubs and also a storyboard artist.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Let's rate them.
Yeah, if they're still streaming when we finish, let's give them a raid.
Okay.
They don't know who I am, but I like them a lot, so.
Oh, we can we can change that.
We can crash into their stream and give them some love.
Yeah. Okay, you said your screen is safe.
It's safe. All the porn is gone. Well, most of the porn is gone.
But good to know, yeah. You've removed some of the unforgivable ones.
Some of the more unsavory material.
The forgivable stuff remains. Alright, cool. I'll share our screens. I'm doing it.
Do it then.
Cool.
Do it, coward.
Here we go.
Toss a coin to your witcher. Oh, valley of plenty. Oh, valley of plenty.
Oh.
Cue that hentai locked. Heck yeah. If you want to unlock my the hentai I draw, you have to pay me twice monthly on a bi-weekly basis per day to unlock 7 pieces per month per day for free in 20% off. That's the way it works. If that's unclear, I don't know what to say to you.
That sounds like that's like 144 designs a day.
I didn't do the math.
Or something.
I'm an artist. I don't need to do the math.
I was drawing feet.
You were drawing feet?
Yeah.
Michael, you can't do that. It's Twitch.
I know,
They'll
right?
ban you for drawing feet.
Oh, no. Let me hide it. Hide my feet.
Hide your feet.
Hide
Stop showing your feet on the stream.
Oh, recent.
Yeah, that song is so catchy. Mike was thinking of animating it. That's why it's in my head.
Yeah.
And now it's in all of your heads too.
Stop showing off my ability to draw feet. Alright.
What feet were you drawing, Mike?
Stuff out my head.
You were just drawing feet out of your head?
Yeah.
I could ask more questions. I'm not sure I want to know the answers.
I felt like noodling and doodling.
Some feet?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Scoundrel. Vagabond.
You better toe the line, you hear me? Ha! Got him!
You won't get me to heal.
Oof. Oof!
She's thinking of more.
I'm trying to. I don't want to go with the nail one. It doesn't feel good enough. It's no cakewalk.
Oh.
I don't want to just shoehorn it in there.
I see.
You know, this is the sole thing I'm trying to do right now.
Okay, can I save these out to, yeah.
Toss that animation to the Witcher. That's what he really wants. Geralt is just doing it for the animation. He's like, no, keep your coins. But do you have any old Disney cells?
I'm quite partial to a good breakdown.
You got any Bluth?
Got any blue? It's all about that Xerox.
All about that Xerox. No linking.
That's that's what I had in my head. That tune.
Hey, pal, bro, fella. Good morning.
Good morning, dude.
Good morning. How are you?
We you were playing Animal Crossing last night, weren't you?
I was.
For a bit. Did you find Pal Bro's offerings over our island?
Oh, I was gonna ask you about that.
What did you
I was
find?
like, it was like, did you leave stuff?
I
around?
didn't. No, that was Pal Bro. What did you find?
Okay, so I found a racing helmet.
What?
On top of my face in the orchid, and I was like, I'm assuming this is for me then, and I took it.
Okay.
And then on the table near the Godzilla, I found a garbage can. I found 2 garbage cans. 1 plastic one and 1 tin one.
Oh, that's useful, I think.
And that's everything I found. I didn't do a really thorough sweep, but that's what I found.
Oh, okay, cool. Aries Monk says,
Hi,
Hi guys, and I've been watching you and I love what you're doing.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you for watching.
Where have you been watching us from? Are you on the ceiling?
Always watching. Thank you very, very much, Aries Monk. That's really cool. It's nice to have you here hanging out with us.
These Slugs, what's 2D Animates, by the way? It's the team. It's the stream team that we're on now. We're on.
That's right. You heard it here.
We're on a stream team.
We're on a stream team. I'm not 100% sure what that means, because it was mostly a mic decision.
What? I said, you okay if we join this? And you're like, yeah.
Yep. I don't know what it is, though.
So, a stream team is a group of streamers who stream together, and they have a stream team page. So if you, I think you can subscribe to the page as well. I'm not sure.
You can subscribe to the page.
It's a bunch of 2D animators that animate on Twitch. If you click on it, you'll see who's on it.
There's some very cool people on it.
There are, yeah.
I think it's like if we're part of this team, we kind of pledge to help people get into animation and do good stuff and try and be as helpful as possible in the community of animators.
I think
online.
There's potential that we'll do like group stuff in the future, like group streams and that sort of thing. But that's all like theory at the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cult or 2D animation, except without a lot of the bad stuff and with a lot more cookies and wholesome chatting with people.
Yeah. Nothing's really going to change here though. We're just going to keep doing what we do.
Yeah, I think all it changes is just that thing appearing underneath our streams.
Yeah. And anyone who happens to be following that or the animators on the team might see us when we're streaming. Yeah. Thanks for asking, David. India, I caught a small butts small Butara stream.
You caught a small but stream?
Yeah.
Oh!
It was on last night.
Oh! What were they streaming?
They were doing a sort of Q&A. They're just answering people's questions.
Oh, were they on camera?
No.
Oh.
But
What was on their screen as they was doing it?
They were just showing a showreel of their work.
Okay. How was it?
It was nice. It was really chill.
Oh.
Have you ever caught them streaming before?
Never.
Ah. Yeah, it was good. They have a lot of good advice to share about like working, doing animations, doing the stuff.
Anything that we could do with knowing?
They were answering stuff about burnout and art block and how there's a difference between the two, and there's like burnout is usually like you need to kind of take your foot off the accelerator and figure out what's causing the burnout, whereas art block is you kind of maybe need to nudge your way through, and sometimes art block causes burnout and sometimes burnout causes art block, but they couldn't give specific advice because it's a very personal thing to the artist, but like that's the sort of you have to switch up gears and look after yourself.
That's really cool. Are we following them on Twitch?
We are.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find the VOD for that. People
were talking about like, will the VOD be available? And they're like, yeah, sure it will. Twitch puts it up, and then everyone's like, yeah, you have to switch that on the settings. And they're like, we'll do it after. And it's like, yeah, that's not going to save for after if you do it for after.
Oh, so there might not be a VOD. Poops.
Unless it's like on their back end and they can set it public.
And
no.
Small Butts back end.
Yeah, Small Butts back end. But they are cool. If you're not familiar with Small Buttera, they are a couple of animators who make animations together.
They've probably made a lot of stuff that you've seen and like they're most famous for getting their start with Batman Piderman, which is something they just came up with together and made. And since then they've been doing a ton of stuff. They've directed episodes of Adventure Time. They have their own movie that they're making right now.
Yeah.
And they're, as far as I know, they're a power couple. So there's two of them and they craft these animations together. And they have just a great sense of fun about them.
Yeah.
Like, they do stuff because they feel like doing it. And because of that, there's always something very authentic and joyful in their work. And the animation is great. Like, super nice animation. So they seem like very wholesome, cool people to follow and keep an eye out for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Studio. Oh, I can't remember what the studio called. Oh, is it Small Boo? Small Boo, right?
Small Boo, yeah, I think so. Because
they've got a little ghost. Small Boo is genius. I wish our names were easily trunkable into something recognizable and catchy.
The Whiffed.
But Doig and Swift isn't. Everyone's always like, what is it again? Who are you?
Even my dad asked me, it was like, what's your Twitch URL again? I'm like, Dad, it's our names. Yeah, but how do you spell that? I'm like, No, he didn't. He was fine with Doig. He was like, what's your URL? I'm like, Doig. Swift. He's like, alright.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not. And I can't think of anything particularly catchy for us to use.
I noticed people like Paperbag Animator has animator in their name.
Small Boo don't though.
No, they don't. But neither
neither does Ego Raptor.
We don't really describe what our channel is with our names.
Neither does Ego Raptor or Rubber Ninja or trying to think of another animator. Or Oni or
Oni Angie.
The other person who does those animations with the like white base stock puppet type character.
The who what now?
You know, the one they're on tour with Scribble Showdown.
Well, that could be either Odd Ones Out or
Odd
Jaden
Ones Out
or Dominic.
Neither does Odd Ones Out or Pivots.
Yeah, they all got
or Topspin or Shoocheroo.
They all got names, huh?
But they all got names that are like, Shooch. It's catchy and easy to remember. And we're like, Doig and Swift. Remember it if you dare.
I mean, our names are already they were already shortened, really. For one syllable names.
There's not much we can do.
Oh, I think this is a David track.
This is a David track.
I downloaded David's music. And I stuck him in the playlist. So they're gonna turn up.
That is how you pronounce Doig. Doig. Like when someone says something obvious and you're like, well, Doig. Is it strange to hear it on our stream, David? Anyway, guys, how are you doing? How's everyone's week going so far?
Okay, yeah. This is very...
Oh, this is intense.
Yeah.
I like it. It's driving.
It was totally an edgy phase.
I feel like I'm driving towards some kind of confrontation.
So is it Nagi design, or is it Nage design, or is it N-Age design,
Yeah.
or is it Na-G design?
Let us know how you'd prefer us pronounce it.
Like
Like
mage.
mage. Cool.
Nage design, gotcha. Okay, cool. Nage design says, all good, ready to begin the day with coffee.
Sounds good, dude. I
How
have
are
my
you?
tea right next to me here. So I'm in the same boat.
India spent quite a lot of time yesterday deliberating on whether she could go out. Well,
I
she
didn't
wanted a
I didn't deliberate on whether I should go out.
Well,
Like the answer was very clearly no.
But you wanted a coffee. and
But I
you're
was lamenting yesterday about the fact that even though it's a very, very small thing, those little conveniences like just being able to pop out and get a coffee are things that I'm starting to really miss. You know, because we have a coffee shop directly underneath us, so I used to pop down there and just get an iced coffee, you know, maybe a cookie or something to keep me going, keep my energy up. And of course I can't do that right now. It would be really irresponsible to go outside just for a coffee. And it's a very small thing. It's not anything which is like, oh no, you can't get to medicine or anything. It's, you know, it's a very small inconvenience, but I was just saying yesterday that I was missing being able to just go
Yeah.
and do these things that we take for granted. Are we both in GMT? We are, yeah, we're in Dublin. So it's 8:18 for us right now. Kurtek, you're joining the tea party. Nice. Driving away from feelings, David. I'll never feel.
I promise.
Just gonna drive.
I will never feel. I forgot to tweet.
Hello, Scrab. Luckily, we know how to pronounce your name now. But yeah, you got you a big old mug of cranberry tea. That sounds really nice. Oh,
I'm just gonna share this because Jordan has been doing some good stuff. He made an Animal Crossing version of me as a bear.
yeah.
So go show Jordan some love. His name is Jordan Animate.
I really want to animate them to something that happens in our Animal Crossing Let's Play.
That'd be pretty good, huh? Shout out for Jordan.
I'm conflicted between being like, everyone look at these cool puppets. I'd love to see people animate with them, and being like, I shouldn't ask our pals to animate us just because I'm excited about the rigs.
Yeah.
Because everyone has their own stuff and their own projects that they are trying to do right now. So I'm like stuck between excitement.
I like you don't need to make the ask, you just make the offer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a good way to think about it, Michael.
Yeah. Hey, you could do this.
Hey yo! Lola the Witch, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it.
The Wix. Yeah, I'm going to do a tweet to tell people that we're streaming, because I
Haven't.
had not.
Cool.
Also, I'm gonna follow Markiplier with the Doig Swift account because it says who to follow. And
Oh,
that's
right.
one of them.
Cool. You like my name? Well, thank you very much, Hardik. That's fantastic to hear. We can't do anything about it, so that's what it is. So guys, what you all up to today? Tell me about yourself. While I fiddle with this.
Well, you flim-flam about.
Yep, I certainly feel like I'm flim-flamming about. You can't tell if Scottish injury is sarcastic or not. That wasn't meant to be sarcastic. It was meant to be genuine. However, I'm not very good at the accent, so I can understand why it would be confusing to listen to. Scrub says, you know his brother does really cool art. You see, that's how bad my accent is. It's really bad. So Markiplier's brother. I did not know. I had no clue. What kind of art does he do? Anaya says, I always think of your name as Doig, like the sound of a comic ball bouncing, and then you have to forcefully remember that there's no N. And swift, like the sound of whooshing air. And I'm always picturing this ball moving and being like, doing swift, in this silly voice in my head.
Or like this.
Kind of.
Mm.
I love that. That's a good way to remember it. That might be the way that we now describe it to everyone new who doesn't know how to pronounce it. Because that's a very good way to remember.
Well, dying. Swoosh. Swish. I mean, you've got some nicknames that people call you, like Swifty.
Yeah.
Although your names add things to your name.
Yeah.
Like Swifty, Swiftykins,
Swiftaroo.
Swifty Blimp.
Swifty Blimp. For when I'm feeling fat and sassy.
No, buoyant and travelsome.
Buoyant isn't normally a compliment that a girl wants to hear, but there you are. You're very buoyant today.
Why? Buoyant means like uplifting and
I know.
and full of hot air.
I was just doing a joke. I am very full of hot air.
Blimps. Do blimps have like hot air stuff? Or there's something else completely, aren't they? They're just filled with a lighter than air gas.
With methane. Something. Hydrogen.
They're filled with farts.
They're filled with something.
I don't think they're filled with anything anymore, but they used to be.
Yeah. Until everyone decided that was actually quite a bad idea. He makes a comic called Two Kinds. Oh, cool. Oh, well, thanks, Tabo. I guess just because Doig is a very unfamiliar name to a lot of people.
It's Scottish.
Yeah.
I was once asked, like, is that a German name? And I was like, no, I don't think so. So I looked it up, and it was like, oh, no, it's very Scottish.
Very Scottish.
Well, like, the origin of the family, and there's tartans, and like there's sayings, and there's you know,
sayings.
yeah, we landed like 2,000 years ago in spherical pods, and we're like, hey, this lake's ours.
Yo, that's dope AF.
Dope.
Were there really like people called sayings?
Were there really? I don't think so, Indy. I think it's.
I didn't know if you were making it up or if it just happened to share the same name, which would be amazing.
No.
I'm very gullible because I'm not very brushed up on history at all, so people can say a lot of things which aren't true and I would just believe them at face value.
I put a tweet out and I'm going to link the tweet in the chat and I'm not going to stop you if you want to retweet it.
Michael! Stop!
I prefaced it with money bags.
Stop! It doesn't work that way. It's not a, oh well, it's fine for you to do it then.
Animation breakfast clubs for all.
No.
Woo.
Feel no obligation to have to go to Twitter and retweet.
Feel absolutely no obligation.
Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. So, I might check out Two Kinds then. That sounds real cool. I'm a fan of comics. Great design, you landed here from Patreon. Hey, thank you for checking our Patreon out. We really appreciate that.
Oh, cool. How did you find our Patreon? Just curious. Because usually we find folks from, hey, Rabbit, we find folks from like Twitch and YouTube and let them know about it. But it's cool that you went like, so you're going your own path. Doggle Bear is catchy. Yeah. I thought so.
Me too.
India came up with it, I think. Oh! Oh, that's awesome! Nature Design says that they watched Starlight Brigade only days ago for the very first time, and you googled like mad.
Hey, thank you very much for following that up. That's awesome. Well, David, who is in chat, D. Slugs, also worked on Starlight Brigade. So, you've caught a bunch of us, which is awesome.
Yeah,
we very much appreciate you following up. A lot of people don't, so it's really cool when people do. Yeah, we couldn't have made it without David. He was incredibly instrumental in the look of that. David is... I'm sure you must know who David is. If you don't know who David is, then look him up on Twitter because David is an incredible artist.
Yeah, they were just saying that they followed the whole team on Twitter.
Oh, awesome. Well, you know then. There are some other people who worked on Starlight Brigade that are usually here, but they're not always here. So they might turn up a little bit later.
Yeah, as I like to think, in terms of like streaming, the best place to find nights is on this stream right here.
Well, particular nights, like we often have Tib, who was effects lead on Starlight Brigade here, and sometimes we get an L Power, who was like the character animator lead. But we very rarely get Pat's or Renee's in here, or Naz's, you know, or a bunch of the other knights. So we're only a small subsection, but we're a cool subsection.
Yeah, we're the only ones that stream regularly, though.
Yeah. So you're stuck with us, I'm afraid. Thailand, thank you very much for the follow. That's great. Hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we got the opportunity to work with David and he's incredible, and now we're friends, and I'm always so happy to be able to say that. Because, you know, we admired Dave's art long before we got to work with him. Also, I just call you Dave. That was weird. That felt weird to say. Dave.
Dave. Yeah, no, David.
Yeah, no, David. David feels more natural.
Confession, I have Habbo, Mike, and India as best friends on Switch.
Yeah! Woohoo! Honoured.
Honoured friends. Honoured guests. That was weird.
This is where the fun nights hang out. Party nights! Oh my gosh, we should do a stream with the nights called Saturday Night Fever. And we have to do it on a Saturday night, and it's going to be all for the pun, just for the pun.
Do you mean we'd be Knights of the Turntable? Isn't that's a DJ thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean, David is a Knight of the Turntable. David used to do DJing and still sometimes does.
That's true.
What the hey, right?
He's the Knight of the Turntable.
The more you know.
We're listening to some David beats right now.
Cool. Bo says, David, what do you not do?
He's also a child owner.
A child owner?
He has some of them childs, yo.
That's a weird way to say it.
I know, I'm being dumb.
What does he not do? He doesn't take it easy. That's what he doesn't do. Don't they own you, David? Hey, Rabbit! Good morning! How you doing? I could be shortcutting this. And sometimes I wonder why I'm not.
Yeah, why aren't you being efficient?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna do it.
What was...
There's like a certain amount of pride in wanting to redraw things. And also I feel like it will help me improve faster to do so. To not shortcut so much. But also this is very challenging.
Is it because, like, are you redrawing her ear or something every frame or something like that?
Yeah. Exactly, of course I am. It's 2D hand-drawn animation.
Does her ear move?
It does a little bit, tiny bit.
Okay.
The issue is the subtlety of the motion. Like, I'm doing a very subtle motion with very tight in-betweens. And inking isn't my forte in the first place, but doing very tight in-betweens, it's very difficult to keep things consistent and convincing. It's very fiddly because, you know, if you are even just a few pixels off with your line, then it doesn't feel right anymore.
I was like, India is so real, yet I still give into the temptation to copy paste. Ho ho.
Oh, you see, I can see things like bits which aren't consistent, and it bothers me because I want them to be consistent, but also I want to be able to draw them that way, you know? I don't want to have them consistent because I've copy pasted. I feel like I need to develop the skills in order to make it consistent without needing to do that. But also, there's the fact that it's not going to be entertaining for you guys to watch me draw an ear for an hour again and again.
Yeah, I think if you've drawn the ear and you've set that down, then redrawing the ear over and over is like...
That's animation though. Like that's the difference between illustration and animation. Is you draw it once in illustration, but in animation you have to be able to draw it slowly moving and rotating and such. It's just hard. It's just hard, guys. Animation is just hard. Let no one ever tell you different.
Oh, Lola, that's awesome. Thanks for watching.
Aw, thank you very much. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I effing love Starlight Brigade. Like, the song is so good. It's still a shower favourite.
Oh yeah. I have secret aspirations to...
Oh,
like...
careful, they won't be secret anymore.
Alright, I'll just say I really want to hear I want to hear a choir version of Starlight Brigade.
Oh really?
Yeah, like really like dramatic hymn, like not like church choir, but more like dwarven choir or something really epic, like echoey hall type thing.
I'm not sure that it would work very well with that particular song.
Think it could.
Yeah. Well, I hope your dream comes true.
Thank you.
What's the software? It's Toon Boom. Aline! Hey! Aline! Good morning! How are you? It's been a while. How are you doing? I'm trying to animate something. It's hard. How are you? Oh, it gave you Voltron vibes. Yes. I was looking at Voltron for some of the compositions there.
A tiny version of TWRP.
Yeah, exactly. Redrawing is really great. So much integrity with the line work. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just going to scroll up so I can get your take. Copy paste. It's there for a reason. Take advantage of it. That's my take. David is so right.
Yeah, if you like, shortcuts as they are help you get to a result in order to let you work on the next thing and take the skills that you got from doing the rough animation and the stuff. You need to get yourself a good inker. Then you could just do all rough animations.
Well, I feel like inking is kind of also where you separate the good animators from the not so good animators, you know? That's my feeling is inking is such an important and difficult discipline that people who can do it, like, I feel like they are more skilled than people who can't. So I want to be able to do my own inking.
Yeah, I get you. I've seen you ink more in the last 2 years than in the last 6 years.
But look how subtle this shit is. You guys probably can't even tell the difference in the face, but there's a difference in the face between these two frames.
Sorbet Owl, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Animation Breakfast Club, yo.
I'm going to do some hair. To give myself a break from this incredibly intensive in-betweening of the face. This is why marking your keys is important for inking. Because sometimes you have to basically in-between it again. Sometimes it's so subtle that you need to really know what you were going for in order to competently ink it. So I should have put some charts on this.
Nage Design says, I'm learning Animate CC now, but I suppose the workflow is similar to Toon Boom Harmony. Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
The key differences between the two, I would say, would be the brush engine. Toon Boom have invested a lot of time and R&D into creating vector brushes that have texture to them, and I don't think Animate offers that yet. But in terms of like looking at the keyframes and looking at all like the timeline stuff's fairly similar. I think the main difference as well between the two would be the use of a camera, but that I think that's available in more expensive versions of Toon Boom. Like you could add like depth and parallax and all that stuff, good stuff, in a 3D manner in in Toon Boom. I'm not sure if that's as possible in. Is there Z depth in Animate CC? Can anyone let me know? Because I know that you can like manually scale stuff and provide the illusion of that, but Toon Boom actually allows you to push things back and forward in space.
David, you should be confident with key animation because you're fantastic. And I definitely wouldn't consider myself very good at lighting. I'm still trying to figure out how to render 3D forms. Oh, you've been trying Clip Studio Paint, you really like it for comics. That's awesome. I've heard it's great for comics.
I'm not sure how about I've not used Animate. I've used Animate very briefly to attempt to color some frames for that star bomb blowing the payload, one of the scenes in that, and I was like, oh heck, this is like difficult.
Oh heck.
Yeah,
the last time I used Animate was a very long time ago, so, and even then I wasn't familiar with it, so I can't really offer any wisdom or advice either.
a lot of the workflows for Animate CC involve embedding motion clips and creating like almost like inception pieces. Like if you're doing puppet stuff in that particularly, then you have a lot of like shapes that can be tweened. But if you're doing hand drawn in Animate, the workflow is pretty similar.
Yeah. You're an impatient person, which is why you could never do it. Yeah, it does take a lot of patience. Which if you love the stuff you're doing, like if you love animating, then the patience kind of comes naturally. Because it's kind of the only way to do it. But if you're not in love with the process, then it's a real chore sometimes. There we go. I've added more smoothing to my brush, which should make it a little bit easier to do this.
Yeah, you reckon you can learn to be patient? Age Design says patience is a skill that requires practice.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. I think there's something to everything needing practice. I don't think there's a skill we have that doesn't require practice.
Yeah.
Like, name one thing that we can do competently. Well, breathing. Breathing isn't a skill that requires practice.
Although there are like different breathing techniques that can, for meditation and stuff, so that breathing can become a skill if you let it.
I guess so, yeah.
Like you've seen in the film, the Incredible Hulk film with Edward Norton in it, and he's like trying to learn how to calm himself. And one of the things that he learns is this breathing technique, and he's got that like martial arts master dude with the rippling stomach that can sort of disappear almost.
Yeah.
Being handsome doesn't require any skills.
Hey, you'd be surprised. Rabbit says, I'm an impatient animator and I still make things somehow. I think in a way you have curbed your impatience, Rabbit, by learning how to work very fast. Because you are a very fast drawer. So I think your solution was like, well, I'll just speed up and do it faster so I don't have to be as patient. Which 100% works for you. Because I adore your drawings. I wish I could speed up. I get very hung up on each particular line. One of my problems is I'm not very confident or decisive. And that bites me in the butt a whole lot.
It surprises me because, like, in terms of like overall things that you do, you seem to be quite decisive and you know what you want. Is it like you know what you want but you don't know how to get there?
Yeah, it's I know what I want, but my skill does not equal the level that I know what I want, but my skill cannot get me there because I'm not skilled enough to get what I want.
Okay.
So it's like this frustrating juxtaposition between aiming for something and then trying to reach it without having the skills to get me there. If you know what I mean. It's hard to describe. For example, I will want a shot to look incredibly smooth and perfect and wonderful, and it won't when I animate it. Because I'm not a good enough animator to do that yet. But it means that everything I do kind of feels laborious. I can take a lot of time trying to get it there. But sometimes I think that's the only way to get better is to keep pushing through.
Yeah.
You have to aim for higher than where you are or you won't move. But yeah, I think if I was more decisive with my strokes, then I would be able to animate much faster.
I think one thing that I noticed by the way they work is whenever with each thing that you make, you are trying to improve.
Yeah.
So, like, rather than being in a production mindset where you're like plateau and you're like, I can do this and I'm gonna do this fast. India is like squinting, but the sun is like super in her eyes. Do you want me to help with that? Do you want the blind down?
Would you?
I can do that.
I can't see. I can't see. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. Oh, my eyes are watering. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll try and rotate it around a bit. Yeah, that's it. You got it. You've gotten less patient with your personal animations. This is Harbic, by the way. I get into a mindset of one shot, one day, or as quick as possible that we need when I'm on a project. Trying to break out of that while still being quick. Yeah. I think the thing with personal animations is taking the time to enjoy them. It does, thank you. I think when you enjoy something, then that stuff kind of drops away a bit. I think.
Yo, Patrick, how's it going, dude?
Oh my gosh, Patrick is here! Hey guys, Patrick is here! For anyone who doesn't know, Patrick is the CEO of Knights of the Light Table. He's the director of the company, and he directed Night Runner and basically all of the projects apart from Starlight, which he still like majorly helped us out on, and even did some animation on. Would you believe it? He's an incredibly skilled director and animator, and a very cool person.
Yeah.
How's it going, Pat? Yeah, one shot a day is pretty good. It's a very high speed.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I think in each sort of shot you take on, you're always attempting to try and improve.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than being like a production mindset where it's like you have a skill level and you're going to use it to your best and like almost push sideways to be like it's going to get done. You're always looking at it as an opportunity to better yourself, and I think because of that you do agonize over every line because you're trying to make that improvement. I think that's a side effect of not having enough time over the last while to experiment in your own stuff, because there's been a lot of really amazing projects back to back, just like, yes, this is awesome. But it's always like when you're working on client stuff, you have to be mindful that you are delivering good stuff.
Yes,
so.
Exactly. So personal projects, I think they're meant to be a space where you have freedom to fail, and that means that you have freedom to experiment.
I think that's why this project, rather than trying to rush through it, this is your personal time to really like hone it. And you've picked a shot. I
did have to pick a really like subtle shot, didn't I, though? Can I have done something where the character moves a bit more? You were
lamenting the other day of like, why didn't I pick an action shot where the in-betweens were not as close together?
Yeah, where the spacing was further apart. Having really, really delicate, subtle spacing is very difficult, especially on close-ups. Though, that consistency is really hard to get right. Yeah, Patrick says, my Dad the Giant never got finished, but I learned a lot from it. One shot took me a year to animate. Yeah, Pat animated a shot and it took him a year. However, that shot is of a character with a moving camera for a full minute being carried around by a giant. So it's a pretty complicated shot.
Yeah, very, very much so.
And Habo, yeah, you're very fast. I want to just touch on, because Rabbit gave us a long reply, so I want to touch on that.
Okay.
Rabbit says, one of my pieces of advice is specifically when you're just a starting artist and don't need to focus on freelance, to do a lot of smaller projects rather than trying to sink all your time into something larger.
Mm-hmm.
I know often the big projects are what you want to do first, but breaking your work into smaller bites allows you to make something more fully realised and try things from project to project. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm a huge fan of very small projects, which is what this is meant to be. It's only 2 shots.
It's small, but it's full.
Small but meaty, like a well-filled Cornish pasty.
I'm having to do one background, and I'm still working on it.
That background has to move, though. It's got a lot of parallaxing happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but failure, I think, is where a lot of the lessons come from. So having freedom to fail is really important, I think, which is why personal projects can be so much fun.
Oh, that was something I mentioned earlier on the stream that last night I managed to catch a Small Boo stream, and they're both lovely, but they were doing a Q&A thing, answering questions, and a lot of the topics were surrounding, you know, how to start out, how to get started on a project, like how to avoid or how to get through art blocks and that sort of thing.
Oh, what was their advice on starting projects? I'm interested as to whether it's the same as ours.
Their advice was, you just gotta do it.
Hell yeah, okay, cool.
There's like, their response was like, there's no like, what was it? There's no like magic advice that will help you. You just gotta go for it. However, there was a caveat to that, which was that every project starts out bad, and accepting that, and like your first drawings are going to be bad. That's
comforting.
Okay. They can be bad. Let them be bad. Be like, if you're going into the project and there's all this pressure to succeed in the first moments, then that can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So knowing that the project's going to start worse off and get better as you continue to work on it, I think it alleviates a lot of the pressure of that first page, that first drawing. And I think Alex also said that he starts out every day with morning drawings and they're all bad. Like they're not as good as he can make them later in the day because they're his first drawings of the day, and that's okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Don't worry, you
cool
guys.
People.
I'll be the VOD.
Small butts. Very cool people.
I would link you all to it, but I'm not sure that it actually saved or on their channel.
Eileen, it is Gil and the Glim, yeah. Mike and I we're animating 2 of the panels from the comic because we want to make like a little teaser for the fact that I'll be working on the book later on this year.
Yeah, often people like feel like they need to wait until they're ready to make something, and the reality of it is you won't be ready to make the next thing that will be your next better thing. You know, you won't have the skills to make a thing which shows your improvement before you start making it.
Well, it's like I was saying earlier, is that I always select projects that are better than I can do, and then can't like quite live up to what I want to make. And that's the same thing. It's like everything I choose to do, I'm never ready to do it, but I choose to do it anyway because I want to become ready to do it. You know, I want to learn how to animate like that and get better. And I think one of the only ways to do that is to aim higher than you can go right now.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it. It's all part of the process.
Aline saying, okay, Doig, how's your comic going? I want to read a Doig story.
Yeah.
I do. That is, it is not going well because it is not going.
It's not going at the minute. Do you think it will be going? Or is there a time you would like to do it?
I mean,
or is
I'd
it
like
just up
to
in the
be,
air?
But I gotta be careful with where I put my time.
At the minute, I have nabbed Mike to background direct a project that I'm working on. So anything which he does outside of that time, he has me staring at him very pointedly at the back of his head during work hours. So I am at fault here.
You're not at fault. It's my job.
It's my dream. Look at me now.
Bort. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, Nature Design says, that's excellent. Some people think all the cool stuff just comes out of some magical talent, but it's all tons of work, hours and hours put into it when it's not shown. It appears a bit too unreal. It's true, people only see the finished product, so I don't know. But the people who made it and people who are in, similar fields of work will understand that there's so much work that happens behind the scenes, and everyone has really earned their skill by building it over years and years of practice.
Talent is an interesting concept that is perpetuated, because if you're looking at someone who is able to do things you are unable to do, your reasoning could potentially be for that while they are so talented. Whereas if you look from them, they'll be like, I have developed a skill. Like, skill versus talent is a really important thing to get a grasp on, because talent can mean having an aptitude for something in the beginning. But if they've been doing it for 2 years, they're no longer talented. They are skilled because they've worked on it for those 2 years, Like anything you're seeing people sorry, I'm rambling now.
It's okay. Like I think a lot of people use the word skill and talent interchangeably, and use it to mean the same thing.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the intent of anyone saying like that it comes entirely from talent, because they might actually be just saying the same thing that we are, but just using talent as the word instead of the skill, which is totally fair. But I think there are like a few people who use talent as a way to imply that people are born with this skill, and therefore that's why they could never do it themselves, is because they're not talented. So it's almost a way to make them feel better about not trying.
Yeah.
And not trying is fine if you don't have passion for it and you don't really fancy giving it a go. But if you want to give it a go and you're just stopping yourself because you feel like you don't have this innate inborn ability, then I think then it's important to say, but there is no innate inborn ability.
Yeah,
you can do it.
That's a myth that needs to get busted.
Like a bunch of the old Disney animators who actually were the ones who first popularized it in the West and dictated a lot of the animation principles that we use today weren't artists. They were recruited from various different fields. They were just looking for work after the war. And Disney provided that work. And they became some of the best known animators around.
Yeah, Milk Couple didn't start until he was in his 30s, says Patrick.
There you are. And you know what they say about Milk Carl? He's one of the best draftsmanships. He's one of the best draftsmen in animation. To this day, I still look at his drawings and I'm blown away. Like, not many other people come close, even all these years later. But people often use their ages, again, as an excuse not to start. And there's no need. You're really just counting yourself out for no reason.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't count yourself out. You have so many stories in you that you could tell and things that you could make. You know, if you have the bravery to go for it, and if you have the bravery to push through the failures, which will happen, because you're learning something new, and that's what happens.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who are like, is it too late to start, are you kind of looking for permission? They're like,
To quit.
Both sides, like looking for permission to say it's okay to do it, and I also like maybe they are like secretly deep down they're like, oh, I think it's too late, so I'm not gonna do it, but I want to do it, but I want to talk about wanting to do it, and I want to talk about people who will dissuade or encourage me.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Like, is it too late to do this? And like that, you don't need an answer to that question.
Yeah, you don't need permission.
Yeah, you can. You were able to do it.
I wonder where that thought comes from in the first place. It's such a strange thought to me, the thought that you could be too old to do something that you want to do. I
think a lot of it comes down to like perceived judgment from others. Like a lot of the things that hold people back are self-internalized judgments from external sources. You like video game, how childish is that? Like, is it childish, or is a sense of play really important throughout the entirety of your life?
I think I'm lucky that I've been spoiled by a very supportive family. So a lot of like these mindsets I can't really relate to very well. Because no one ever said to me, wow, that's really childish, why are you doing that? In terms of my family.
Yeah. I think both of your parents still have a really good sense of play about them.
My parents are bonkers, guys. They're great. I love them. My dad is currently destroying his house so he can rebuild it better and stronger than ever. And my mum and her husband are always like trying new stuff and doing new things. They like take hula hooping lessons and juggling lessons and fire breathing lessons and roller skate down the front of a boulevard together. They're like both in their 60s, by the way.
Yeah.
They are incredibly cool.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that you've ever had to overcome.
No, they've always like encouraged the kookiness and self-expression, and they've always supported me.
I think they've also put in you like a sense that you can always make something better.
Oh yeah. They are a little bit critical, but in a good way. They have high standards.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they don't pull punches, which is really good.
Yeah.
But also it's like if you're trying to impress them, it's possible, but it's
you just can't hide stuff from them. Like,
yeah,
they know when you're dialing it in.
Yeah,
and they'll call you out for not having put as much into the project as you could have.
Yeah, I think you respect that.
I do.
From your parents.
I do respect that. Let's see. Neige Design says, yeah, society messes us up, but hey, life without a challenge is boring.
Oh, we got some really cool meaty topics here.
Yeah.
Meaty responses.
Patrick says people get their identities tied up in needing to do something more than just a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, that's true.
You got to remember sometimes that the criticalness from parents comes from worry, where they're like, I want my kid to work in something that feels safe and secure and is going to see them like going to last them their careers. They want to make sure that you are going to be okay.
Yeah.
So,
and also people know what they know, and it can be like scary to engage in something that you don't know very well.
So they'll give advice based on their own experiences, even if that experience is 20 to 30 years old, you know?
And Patrick, thank you. I try to always make something better. I don't always, but I'm always trying, which I think is super important. Let's see, Lola says, yeah, my extended family would judge me hard for liking video games so much. However, now I work in the industry and I'm happy, so forget them. Yeah, being happy is like the best thing that you could be. out of anything ever. So you do you. And enjoy what you enjoy and own it. Because video games are awesome. Kozek says, talented young ones are praised because of the level of skill they have for their age. That could be intimidating for someone who's older and wants to do the same thing. It's true.
We put a lot of emphasis on skill at like a lack of time practicing. But like, kid starts drawing at 8 years old and is pretty good by 10 is the same as like young adult starts drawing at 28 and gets good by 30. You know?
Yeah.
It's the exact same time. We just have a perceived difference that like, as an adult, you should be more capable than you have been previous in your life, and it's like, why?
I think you just have to let go of the want to be the best and embrace the need to be the best you can be. You know? Because you're never going to be the best artist, because art is so broad. There's so much stuff. But you can choose something that you enjoy a lot and become much better at it.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be the best for people to really love your work and to respond to it and for it to touch people and make a difference. You know, how many of the creators that you really love would you say are the best at what they do? And how many just make you laugh or make you feel better after a hard day or have something good to say?
Pasha's got a good thing there. He's saying, I work consistently with animators who are more than a decade younger than I am and can animate circles around me. I eventually decided to stop bemoaning my situation and start learning from them, and I've improved massively as an artist for it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, they're not your competitors, they're your collaborators. And anyone who's like a cool person will be open to sharing their knowledge with you. So rather than like looking at other people and, like Patrick said, kind of wallowing in the fact that you're not as good, asking them for help and learning from one another is one of the coolest parts of being an animator, because you get this fantastic community where you're all pushing the art medium forward together.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to always find people better than you, so there's always people to chat to and ask advice from. Enjoying the process is the best thing you can do, because time enjoyed is not time wasted. If you spend a lot of time trying to be the best at something but not enjoying what you're doing, you're going to look back on that 10 years you spent practicing and be like, wow, I was miserable.
Yeah. Remember to find the fun.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people get stuck and they're like, oh, I need to get through this. I'm not enjoying myself. But once I get through this, I will. And it's like, take a good look at that. And like, your emotional responses to what you're doing they're like, it's like pain signals. Like if you're touching a pan, you're like, man, this is hot, but if I hold on to this for 5 minutes, I'll enjoy holding this hot pan for the rest of my life. You know,
yeah.
Like listen to the way that you're reacting, and if it's not working, either figure out why. Like it might be a personal blocking for you, and like you can find a way that works for you around that. Or, you know, it's okay to be like, no, this isn't for me. I'm gonna thanks Habbo. I'm gonna try something else.
It's true, yeah. The process is the practice, you know. If you don't enjoy the process, then maybe there is something in the process that needs changing for you to enjoy it. But you're not going to enjoy it next time if you didn't enjoy it this time, you know? There has to be like a joy in the learning.
You gotta save you from yourself.
Hell yeah.
This song.
Wow, wow. Save me from myself. This is our edgy stream theme.
We got these songs from something called the Jablinski like games like album, and one of the songs was this, and it's become an in-joke on our stream page. Hey, Sampan Selkie, thank you for joining us.
Let's see. Pat says, my ex-girlfriend originally wanted to be a professional artist, but she didn't spend time practicing. Instead, she spent time researching various oddities and historical events online. I asked her, what do you do when no one tells you what to do? She dropped attempting to be an artist and now is pursuing a career as a museum curator, and she's much happier for it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great way to figure out what it is you want to do, is what do I do in my free time anyway? When no one's watching, what do I create? If you enjoy looking up historical stuff and researching things, then maybe that's something you should pursue.
Yeah. I've been with someone who I remember it was in a period of time where I was like, I'm gonna get good. I'm gonna like really invest in time and do studies and practice. And I'd been spending like 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 10 hours a day, just like I gotta practice. I remember like I was like, hey, let's hang out and let's make art together, like in our own spaces, but doing it. And I'm like, at that point I'd set up a standing desk so that I was always like able to move around, and like I was making stuff and it felt really productive. I remember like I was doing a study or something, and they'd been drawing for like 15 minutes, and then they just sort of went, man, I wish I didn't have to practice. I wish I could just be good. And my brain was just like, that I couldn't compute it. I was
like the practice is all it is. That's it. That's gonna be it for the next however many years.
And I was just like, that mindset is gonna be really tough to like break down.
If you don't want to practice, then that is what it is for the rest of your life. Like, it's all trying to improve and get better. I hope she found something that she was more happy doing.
I hope so. I think so. I can't say.
She seemed like a very creative person. Maybe that just wasn't her particular thing. Because there are so many different ways to be creative. There's so much awesome stuff to do. Sometimes I get kind of boggled by how much stuff there is I want to do. Like, I want to write music, and I want to write plays, and I want to write stories, and I want to animate, and I want to dance, and I want to like learn to cook, and I want to learn to do gymnastics. I want to learn to do all these things that are awesome.
It sounds like you want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
The music you've been creating recently has been really cool.
Oh, thanks, dude.
It feels quite experimental, and like you are. It feels playful.
I am just experimenting. That's all I'm doing for now, is just playing around to kind of break through and assure myself mentally that it's okay and it ain't no big shakes and it doesn't have to be like incredible.
Hakusai at age 89 was still saying that he'd be really good at drawing in 10 more years.
I bet. Yeah, Tib says, I want to do everything. Where's that job? Yeah, gymnastics. Don't you want to learn to do like sick cartwheels and free running? I want to learn to do a flip.
Patrick says, I started out in game design and 3D animation. Now I'm a 2D animator. You got to keep your mind open to new experiences that may influence you and redirect your career. Yeah,
and I honestly think that everything that you do does feed back into everything else. So the music that I'm like having fun playing around with right now, that timing and stuff, that influences me as an animator. Learning about what makes a pleasing music track, the rhythm that works, is also going to influence my art. It might not feel like it at first, but I every time I do something new and come back to animation, I find that I've got like a new perspective on it almost. Barbara, I want to be an allologist. An allologist.
Yeah, I think anytime that you pursue something has a benefit and a drawback, and realizing that, like, you got to take the pressure off of like rushing to succeed, because if you've always got that like that kind of nervous energy of like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Then you're not quite fully invested in the moment you're in then, and you might miss some stuff, some key resonance that will like help inform you more about yourself. Because if you're too worried about what you're doing, then you're only like half in there, you know. Just breathe, just calm. It's gonna be okay. Try something, see if it works. If it doesn't, that's okay too. If it does, that's okay too. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
You know?
Tip, I understand the fear of doing a backflip. I too have this fear. I have the problem that I have in my head the desire to be super awesome and be able to do tons of backflips and free run and jump over buildings and be really effing cool. And then also I have a brain which is very scared of hurting myself in any way. And every time I think about doing a backflip, I think about landing on the back of my neck and dying. And it makes me very scared to try it.
Well,
so I want to be awesome, but also I'm a scaredy cat.
Don't take this with any sort of like medical professional anything, okay? But I am someone who has both done a backflip and landed on their head.
You're a ghost!
And continued doing and attempting to do backflips. It was on a trampoline. I'll just say that now. I didn't land on like a hard surface on my head. But yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to walk around for a week or so with a really, really, really painful stiff neck.
I don't want that. I just want to be cool and do backflips. Can't I just be good without the practice, Mike?
No.
Nope.
So, yeah, you can try backflip and you can land on your neck. And if you land okay, you'll be fine. But don't take... I don't know if that's just like, just go for it.
Yeah, like, that's kind of why I want to do gymnastics courses, because I feel like they'll build me up to backflip. And there'll be people to help me, you know?
I've got video footage of my younger brother on a trampoline, and he's just doing like 13 or 14 backflips in a row.
Ah, to be a child and be unafraid.
With a really condensed center of gravity.
I remember before I learned fear, I was so powerful.
He's 20 now.
20?
My youngest brother is 20 now.
Does that weird you out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Weirds me out a little bit, and I barely know your brother.
Yeah. It was his birthday yesterday.
Wow.
Happy birthday, brother. who I won't name.
That's super cool though. Congratulations to him.
Yeah.
I hope he had a good birthday.
Both my brothers are like so different from the way I am. It's kind of funny. Your youngest sister is 20 now as well. It's weird. Also, hello, Dina. Oh, hello. We have pulled you out of lurking with trivia facts.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Rhiannon, you me both, right?
Yeah, I have 3 siblings. Oh, Rhiannon.
Here's my surprise. My free sub renewed and it's for you.
It's for us.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Thanks a million, Rhiannon.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
That's really special. Like Twitch Prime is like you only get to choose one stream to use that on per month.
And you chose ours.
Thank you. Thank you. You have just joined. Okay, fair enough. Feel free to continue lurking, but we're okay today. We're kind of talking about I guess art health in a way.
Yeah, we're talking about random topics more or less, but a lot about improvement and practice.
Did you all hear Trashbot talking? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Trashbot's voice.
We figured that shit out.
Also, Bryony, hello, good morning. How are you doing? Bryony says my younger brother is like 27 and I'm like, heck. And Tib says my old friend Eddie learned to do a backflip on solid ground when we were 10, on the day we were giving a presentation to the whole school about gymnastics. You know he wanted to show the school. I was terrified he would kill himself. And he was always landing with his head inches from the ground. I don't like hearing that.
I always wanted to learn how to do like a handspring.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a back handspring, like catch yourself.
Yeah, like when you've knocked down and you get up again. Ain't no one gonna keep you down.
Oh, that might be a handspring. What's the one where you like you're standing and then you jump that way and then you land on your hands and then you go over?
Oh, you mean like Starwolf does in Night Runner?
Yes, I think so.
I would also like to learn to do that.
Because like I can do I used to be able to do cartwheels. I've not tried in a while, and I have grown since then.
Trashbot needs to learn more things, says Palbro. Well, you guys are free to teach him if you've got those Dogal books to spare.
To tweet him.
To tweet him.
I was gonna make a
Hey, Joshua Culp! Thank you very, very much for the subscription.
Thank you.
We very much appreciate it.
Welcome to the to the stream and to the Animation Breakfast Club. We hope you enjoy your breakfast stay.
Yeah, enjoy the emotes that are there for you. And thanks very much for the support. It means a great deal. You lurk a lot and forget to use your subscription. Well, we really appreciate you using it on us. Thank you. And feel free to lurk or chat all you want.
No judgment.
Nice to have you, dude.
Okay, remember to save your work, India.
Ooh. Thank you. Is that what it's called? When you explain things to people on Twitter, tweeting.
Oh gosh, you guys have just started a hype train.
Lola, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Lola, thanks so much for the subscription. We really appreciate the generosity and the support. Thank you very, very much. You guys are incredibly sweet.
Oh, that emote is so cool. Whose is that? Is that your own? Oh, it is. Oh, she's
cute.
Adorable.
Twactus twatch you tweech, says David. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Hype. I'm pretty hype.
You're hype?
I don't know about you guys.
Which of us do you think is more hype? You or I?
I think I am.
I think yeah. I think you were like 60% or 67% and I'm like 33. You
wait till I can do a handspring, then I'll be like 100% hype.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Are you guys just waiting for the disastrous live stream where I'm like, I learned to do a handspring and I'm going to do it live on stream?
I would not let you.
You would see it coming.
I would not let you.
The final Doig Swift live stream.
I would not let you attempt that in this room. I would film you outside on a soft patch of moss and grass. I'd build you a pile
outside on a crash mat with a helmet and a suit of armor on.
Yeah, a big old sumo suit. She's ready. Now, like if you want to learn to do it, you go for it.
Well, actually, that would be super helpful because one of the reasons, like I said, I'm a big old scary cat, but I did learn to skate pretty well, pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the reason I learned to skate pretty well, pretty quick is because I had like knee pads, arm pads, elbow pads, wrist pads, and a helmet. And so I was like impenetrable. You could throw me across the room, but I just like clatter about and then get up and be fine.
Yeah.
So the way I learned to skate was just by hurling myself down hills.
Hurling is a good verb for your, yeah.
And I learned really fast because I wasn't scared to fail. Like, I fell more than I didn't fall. But then I also learned how to skate pretty good. And I really miss it.
2 months for Habbo, thank you.
Habbo! Thank you very much. You are cool. Oh, Pal Bro! Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Rabbit. That's so cool of you. You guys. You guys warm my heart.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being such cool, awesome people and good friends. We really appreciate it.
We'll continue to strive to bring you good content. And oh gosh.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nage, thank you very much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime on us.
I'm unleashing the cats.
You're very kind. Thank you for the generosity.
Find them.
Like, the support really does,
Yeah.
it helps us out a lot, so it's greatly appreciated. Have some cats.
You guys have unleashed the cats.
This support is out of control. You guys are out of control. Look at Chol. Thank you very much, you guys.
No,
Don't be peer pressured.
no, David.
No.
You unlocked Fight Crab.
Yeah,
last stream.
You
You
did.
cool. You done.
Yeah, you cool. You've done. You are finished, sir. It's a trying time for everyone right now.
We'll fund you.
So, it's perfectly understandable to keep your money in your pockets because a lot of people need that money right now for themselves. So, the support is very appreciated, but only do it if you are absolutely okay to do so.
I wonder how the global whoa.
Hey! Whoa,
Lloyd
Patrick!
X1000.
Aw, Pat.
Pat, thanks so much for the bits, dude. That's so kind of you. You definitely do not need to be supporting us any. Since working with you is what's currently keeping us going. Did we hear about Lord Phobos? He's going to try streaming his musical process today. I didn't hear that.
What?
I would love to watch that.
Phobos?
Phobos!
Phobos? Those guys must be going a little stir crazy if they're used to like Kurzik, thank
Kurzak
you.
shared. X100.
Oh, Kurzak, thank you. Patrick and Kurzak, thank you guys so much for the bits. I hope your days are going far well. If we can help in any way, let us know how.
Yes. Please do let us know. You, anyone doing the Animating challenge this week? India posted the topic, and it is taking an excerpt from a musical and animating a character singing.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I've picked my clip. I want to be able to get to it.
And which clip did you pick?
It's Dan Bass singing "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher." I got it here.
Tiff says I'm always a bit scared when I hear Doig get audibly excited.
Why?
Because you're usually so chill.
Wow, I'll bring it down again.
No, it's nice. I like it when you get audibly excited.
Oh, you want to steal my clip, Habbo? You're welcome to it. I shared it in the I shared it in the group.
Yeah, people are totally welcome to like use the same clip.
I really okay. I'm gonna do a shout out for Dan Vask because he recently put out a video where he did a cover of a song that was the same cover he did 10 years ago, his first YouTube video, to show his journey, and I went back and watched that video, and like some of the top comments were like, oh, it's really, some of them are saying like, it's really cool that you keep this on your channel, even though you might find that it's like a bit cringy now and stuff. And he's like, no, I want to keep this here because I want to have proof for all those that kind of come later that I wasn't an overnight success. I have worked my butt off for like 10 years to get where I am now.
I think that's super cool.
And he wants to help inspire others who want to do similar things and do the same. And I'm like, I like this guy's energy.
Yeah, that is super nice and super cool. I greatly appreciate that. It's always really, really fun to see someone's journey and to see someone's process. And that's why I'm super excited for the Phobos stream.
What's his Twitch? Is he streaming on Twitch or is he streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, Heart Sinclair, let us know where the stream will be so I can catch it. And Rabbit has popped in one of the old doodles that he did of when I was trying to learn roller skating. Let me get it up for people. I love this so much. Rabbit's doodles give me life.
Oh.
So this is true story.
I love this drawing so much.
Yes, this is what happened. There I go. There I go. And
let me turn off.
Here I am. Yeah, you should have seen the hill, guys. It was a big hill. It's so good. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. That is 100% what he looked like.
I remember that hill.
Yep.
It's
a steep hill.
It is, yeah.
And it's very different skating indoors to outdoors.
Your poor butt.
Yep. I was doing roller derby, you see, so we had a very smooth hole to skate in. But when roller derby wasn't on, I had to practice outside, which was very gravelly. And it was an entirely different texture and feel. In fact, you had to have outdoor wheels that were very different and not as fast, so that they could absorb the blows better and you didn't go like head over ass when you hit a rock. Didn't help me much, but there you are. Oh, this is epic music.
You all got a level 2 hype train emote.
Whoa! Hey! Nice job, guys!
That's so
Churchill!
Cool.
Super cool. Oh, look at that.
That's really cool.
I'm a share that we got it. Show off my support. I will. Yeah! Churchill! Thank you, guys. Look at that, it's pretty cool. I like that. It's an electrocuted person. I'm a fan of that. Thank you for the link, Heart Sinclair. I'm just going to open it in a new tab now so I can have it ready. Awesome.
So what's this rabbit that you shared? And yo, Joshua. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I have my student film up too, Bryony, and it's it's God. Something.
Did you see this one, India?
No. Hold on, I gotta get that one up so I can see it too.
Nice.
And then the Michael doing some trampoline tricks. If you didn't already see, I didn't. Was this from today?
Yeah.
Back. Oh, that's great. Just yep.
I love the efficiency in this.
Back.
One.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rabbit. Do we have your permission to use these on the beginning of the stream with credit to you? Let us know. It's okay if no, but if we are allowed to use them, we will definitely.
You sent us a thing.
You sent us a thing?
You sent us a thing.
Yeah, you know how I said that Rabbit was fast at drawing, guys? See, that's how fast Rabbit is at drawing. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, it's so cute. Pat, look, everyone, this is a Pat sketch. It's a Pat sketch of a Swiftie in roller skates. Too powerful. Oh man, I miss skating. It was so fun.
Your skates are downstairs.
I know, but there's nowhere to skate around here that isn't like a big road.
Well, there's no cars on them anymore.
That's true. That is true. You did a Doig as well. Oh my goodness. Look at your big old head.
What? Show it.
It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love your
Pat,
cackle.
these are off the chain.
Are you sharing it?
How are they so cute?
Oh,
Yes.
I just saw it.
Wow. Wow. Oh. Pat, do we have your permission to use these at the beginning of our stream? With credit to you. Let us know if we're allowed to use them. I want to show people's artwork covers. They make me so happy.
Oh gosh.
Rollerblading's so fun. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm probably going to be really bad at it, which is partially why I really want to get back into it again. Like, I don't want to lose everything I learned.
Yeah, we can't show those in there because they're fan arts of Rabbit's work. They're not Doig Swift fan art.
Ah, fair enough.
Unless Rabbit gives us permission.
We need so many permissions. I used to have a helmet. Well, I still have a helmet with Robotnik painted on it.
What was your roller derby name?
Dr. Robot Kick.
Dr. Robot Kick.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. It is, isn't it?
If you're not familiar with roller derby etiquette, everyone on teams picks like a nickname, a moniker that kind of epitomizes their skater style, their skating spirit, and that was India's.
You got spirit.
I think, didn't you do something to your skates as well? Were they themed?
They just had cool laces.
Yeah, you got new laces for them. That was it. Like, yeah. I have skates too, you guys. I was skating.
You were there.
I was. Thanks.
Such a dickish thing to say. Yeah, no, Mike was there the entire time with me when we were learning roller derby together.
I didn't come up with a name. I didn't go that far. I didn't want to be part of the team. I just wanted to skate.
Yeah, you didn't want to like push people over like I did.
No. And that was partially like an embarrassment thing. Like I don't want to be on a team. And also it looked really violent and I just wanted to roll.
Yeah, you didn't want to get pushed over.
I just wanted to roll around.
That's okay. I'm trying to think of something that could go with Doigle for like your skate name.
Bearmageddon.
Bearmageddon.
What about something that's like...
Tiff says, India, please film a music video of you roller skating around an empty city. That would be really cool, actually. That would be super cool.
We wanted to get one of those cameras that have the
stabilizer,
like the stabilizer built in. Yeah, it's I can't remember the make of it, but we were looking at that over Christmas, umming and ahhing, and we thought it'd be really, really useful. But it's like it's like almost like a pen thing. It looks like that's what it reminded me of, like a pen with a camera on the end that you can like film really steady footage on.
It looked really good. It was just also really, really expensive.
Could you imagine the behind the scenes where I have this amazing like steady shot of you? I'm just rolling behind you, but I'm just sort of like. Wah.
Well, that would probably be me too, to be honest. Like after so long.
A DJI, it maybe was.
Nage Design says, as a kid, I had such rubbish skates that they stopped halfway down the hill.
Oh no, you don't. Like the wheels would lock? No.
Yeah, that's a pain.
What's that emote? Reversal snom.
I liked skating with you though, dude. That was a lot of fun. I would really love to go to America sometime and skate down that awesome, amazing, giant boulevard.
Yeah.
Venice Beach, is it?
I associate Venice Beach with like the gym, like the muscle, like people working out muscles and stuff. But maybe there are people that rollerblade along the. My voice just cracked. Along the beachfront. That would be really, really fun to do with you.
Well, we are going to have to call the stream because it is time to go to work.
Yep.
So I'm going to have to head off, Ski. I'm afraid. But this has been a super nice stream,
It's
you
been
guys.
really, really cool.
It's always such a blast to hang out with you all. Work time for you, Teenage Design. Well, have an awesome day at work. Everyone have a great day at work. Best of luck with your projects. Have fun. Be kind to someone. We all need kindness right now.
We do. Yeah. If there's anyone like around you that you can help, please do. Like everyone's kind of struggling at the moment. So even if it's just like a kind word or a chat or something, I think a lot of people are connecting now online that wouldn't necessarily have done so in the past. I think everyone's kind of slowing down and taking time to appreciate what is in their lives. So,
Yeah. What with the social distancing, it's more important than ever.
Just be good neighbors.
Oh, shall we see if Paperbox is still going? Because we can raid them.
Sure. Are you following them on Doig Swift?
I am.
Well, I see
Paperbox House. They are.
they are.
So guys, Paperbox House is a fantastic LGBTQ plus artist. They are a storyboard artist. They also are the voice of Robotnik in the real-time fan dubs, I believe. Generally seem like a cool person. So let's go and shout adventure at their faces.
Alrighty, I got their URL here.
It looks like right now they're working on that 6 fan arts thing.
They're doing one from Klaus. That's cool.
Yeah. I know, time did fly swiftly, didn't it, pal bro? The streams are never long enough. I always want to hang out with you guys more.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying these recently. It's been really fun to catch up with people and do stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and Heart Sinclair, yeah, I'll see you in the Phobos stream. And everyone have an awesome day.
I'm just gonna hit the
Hit
raid
the
button.
raid.
I'm hitting the raid button.
Hit the raid.
Alright. Well,
Here we go, guys. Shout adventure at Paperbox House. And may the rest of your day with adventure.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yay.